I hit 21 that morning. My world blew up. It was quiet, precise, and neater than I'd imagined. No party hats, no tunes, no hugs. Just my dad yelling my name from the family room like he was hunting for the clicker. "Avery," he said, rigid next to a tiny packaged gift on the counter. My sister, Jordan, lounged by the island with that smug grin she pulled out for tough moments. She figured I'd flop. Mom hovered at the faucet, her eyes puffy from holding things together in a home that fought against it. I barely got a couple steps inside before Dad slid the box my way. "Unwrap it." His voice was firm like he'd practiced. I popped the top, hoping for a car fob or some grown-up token since I was officially of age all around. But there, a lone one-way coach passed to Denver, departing in 3 hours. My heartbeat pounded right up into my neck. Dad folded his arms. "It's your turn to sort out your path solo. Best wishes in the real world." Jordan burst out with a gleeful chuckle. "Sure, Avery. Have fun on your big trip or something." Mom grabbed my elbow, murmuring, "Don't fight it, please. Don't make things tougher." I stared at the trio. The uncaring dad, the thrilled sibling, the mom too frightened to stand up, and an odd peace settled over me. They believed they were shoving me into uncertainty. They had zero clue I'd already mastered it. I shut the box, squeezed Mom close, pushing back the sting in my eyes, and stayed mute. Not a peep to Dad or Jordan. No complaints, no queries. Quiet stung them more than any yelling might. I snagged my worn backpack from my bedroom and stepped outside like a huge load had lifted off me. Because what they missed, what they'd never suspect, was that I wasn't a lost teen they had to harden. I was the freshest co-owner of a software firm worth $40 million. And that coach pass? It wasn't banishment. It was freedom. 3 hours on, I was planted on that ride with sunshine flickering past the glass. My cell kept vibrating with texts from my coworker, Ethan Reed. 23. Chiseled face, even keener brain, the type who could sell a concept at dusk and seal a deal by dawn. "Ethan, you alright? Ethan, you bounced sooner than expected. Ethan, ring me when you arrive." "Hold up, coach." "Why, coach?" I grinned at the display. "Me? It's a tale, but I'm good. Catch you shortly." But good didn't cut it. I was buzzing, liberated, driven. All they aimed to suppress was now launching me ahead. While my folks viewed me as a flop, the tech hub spotted promise. Backers saw outcomes. And Ethan, he spotted a teammate who turned concepts into tools folks truly wanted. We created SecureNet, a discreet AI protection program that had stealthily turned into the core for tons of new ventures in Colorado. We were days from a huge government nod that would boost our worth sky high. But my kin thought I was heading off with zilch but outfits and a ride voucher. Fine. Let them think so. Payback skips the screams. Thrives on perfect moments. Denver rolled into sight like a town sketched in bright lights. The coach sighed to a halt, and Ethan was right there by his sleek SUV, shades perched, locks swept back like he'd stepped from an ad. He eyed me quick just once. His forehead creased. "What went down?" I chuckled. My B-Day gift was a one-way coach pass. He paused. "From your dad?" "Yeah. And you actually used it?" "I did. I tossed my pack into the ride because he figures he tossed me to the wolves to get my act together. But the laughs on him I already have." Ethan smiled gradually. "Avery, you're kinda scary, you know? I like the word clever better." He steered us right to the Apex Tower. A 20-level skyscraper of shiny panels mirroring the urban horizon. Each glimpse sparked that same rush of accomplishment. My name wasn't up front, not quite, but it was woven into every line of programming, every sales talk, every agreement we locked. As the lift doors parted, the crew applauded. I stopped short. "Happy birthday," a voice shouted. A dessert showed up. Streamers, songs. My neck got tight, not from hurt but ease. These folks weren't kin by genes but picked, deserved, genuine. I expressed thanks, cracked jokes, beamed, but deep down a sharper edge brewed. Dad assumed he'd ditched me. Jordan thought she'd scored in some weird rivalry. But in a week, it all flips because Ethan had major updates. The execs want a big unveil, he mentioned as we entered the meeting space. They want everyone to learn the creators' names at last. You and me, the pair. My air caught. An unveil, coverage, broadcasts, coast-to-coast spotlight. My dad would catch it. My sister would swallow her giggles. They'd grasp the loser they booted, crafted something beyond their dreams. "You set?" Ethan wondered. I dipped my head but my tone stayed soft, steady. I've been set for ages. That evening, solo in my place gazing over the metropolis, I looped the dawn scene endlessly. The package, the past, the brush-off in his words. He didn't realize, but he handed me the ideal backstory. The instant the outsider departs and turns invincible. I glanced at the calendar. Media drop in 7 days. 7 days till my kin learns the facts. 7 days till the globe catches the name Avery Brooks. 7 days till each doubter sees what they squandered. And Payback, it skips the chaos or mess. It shines, a subtle title, a spreading bulletin, one snapshot zipping over every device nationwide. The youngster they ousted grew into the lady they couldn't hold back. I shut my device, reclined, and murmured to myself. 1 week, let's turn it epic. The following dawn, Denver seemed noisier, more vivid, like the full town synced its pulse with mine. I hardly rested, but tiredness didn't count. Drive did. The SecureNet drop was locked for next Friday. Full press push, shots, chats, and the top shock are worth refresh. Ethan noted the fresh guess was soaring beyond 40 million. 40 million, and my kin still picture me crashing on a street seat someplace. Ethan was at the workspace when I showed, bent over a spread of drafts for the media statement. He glanced up, nudged one my way and asked, "You dig being the whirlwind or the hush ahead?" I squinted. "Like these," he explained, pointing at the pics. Choice A, strong, commanding boss vibe. Choice B, gentler, understated was vibe. You know, the gal who grew a kingdom on the down low. Which grabs more eyes? I questioned. Choice A. Always, I smirked. Then that. I crave strength. No more fading. His smile grew bigger. That's the Avery I recognize. We used the morning prepping. Refining our talks, scanning models, double-checking each bit. But all along the same idea throbbed in my core. They have no clue. At midday, my cell hummed with a ring from Mom. My gut sank, not from dread but something fiercer. It picked up. "Mom," she breathed out unevenly. "Avery, where'd you go? Your dad mentioned you split without a sound. Jordan's been dropping remarks. It's rough here." I gazed out at the shining outline. "I'm fine." "For real? You seem changed," she hushed. "Tougher." I skipped telling her my spot or my project. "Not now." I craved the drop to land pure. Sudden. Inescapable. "Just believe in me," I said softly. "I'm handling something big." Before she dug deeper, Ethan shouted my name from the far side. "Avery." They locked the spot. Denver Innovation Center. It's set. I gripped the cell. "Mom, gotta run. Chat later." "Okay." She paused. "I love you. Love you back." I ended the call and headed to Ethan, fighting to keep feelings from dulling the buzz racing through me. "So," he said, passing a binder. "Wanna check something cool?" The binder held initial feedback from backers who'd caught whispers of our drop. Terms like game-changing, transformative, sector-altering popped from the sheets. I released a steady sigh. "This is legit, huh?" Ethan nudged my arm gently. "Avery, this has been legit forever. You just lacked a platform large enough for folks to spot." My mind zipped to my dad's face when he thrust that package at me. To Jordan's snicker, to the quiet pain in Mom's gaze. A platform. Yeah, I had mine at last. That night, Ethan and I ran a complete practice at the Innovation Center. Lines of chairs, massive displays, a sleek dark platform with our firm emblem already beaming in lights. "This is your spot," he directed, leading me to the middle. "Beam drops from up top. Lenses here, here, and here. That panel back there will show your pick and your role. Co-owner and chief tech designer." My torso squeezed with a blend of triumph and shock. Up there in the glow, I wasn't the kid my dad ejected. I was a lady who'd forged something huge from zero. "Avery," Ethan said low. "Next Friday this turns into your realm, not theirs." I bobbed my head once. Firm, resolute. "Good," he added. "Because post-drop you won't merely be who they undervalued. You'll be who they can't overlook." I left the platform, energy firing through each fiber. 1 week till the globe knew my name. 1 week till my kin grasped the truth. 1 week till all shifted. The week flew by fast. Each dawn brought fresh waves of chats to ready, more gadget shows to perfect, more backer rings to secure. My agenda became a war zone of gatherings, practices, and plan huddles. Ethan matched my speed like it was easy, but I sensed the tension snapping around. At last, Thursday evening, a day before the drop, the SecureNet structure glowed late, level after level shining like a beacon. In meeting room 9, Ethan and I were deep in a last practice when my cell hummed once more. Jordan, surprisingly. A message peak lit the screen. Jordan. Mom's stressing. Dad bets you'll beg to return quick. My teeth ground tight till it hurt. Ethan spotted it. What did your sis toss now? Same old, I grumbled. Just figuring I'm useless. He bent closer, gaze fixed on mine. Tomorrow that stops for good. I flipped the cell down and drew a deep breath. You're spot on. After tomorrow, they won't belittle me anymore. He skipped the grin this round. He just dipped his head like he got the heft of those words. We finished the practice and rode the lifts side by side. The shiny walls mirrored something fierce in my stare. Worry, thrill, resolve all smashing in. I felt like a missile moments from launch. As the doors slid wide to the entrance, my cell hummed again. Mom, this time a message recording. I hit play before I could stop myself. Her tone broke from the start. Avery, I don't get what occurred, but the place feels off minus you. Your dad expects you'll head back soon. Jordan. She's just Jordan. I just wish wherever you landed you're secure. My chest squeezed. Mom never picked teams, but I caught something fresh now. Sorrow, concern, and a touch of dread. Dread they drove me too distant. Ethan eyed me close. You good? Yeah. I just gulped at the knot in my throat. They assume I'm floundering. He moved nearer. Tomorrow you display the whole nation precisely who you are. That's larger than they ever dreamed. He nailed it. And the notion powered me like rocket gas. Friday dawn burst with vibe. Journalists queued at the Innovation Center pre-sunrise. Broadcast vans jammed the road. Snappers tweaked stands. Even workers from nearby spots clustered past the barriers, clutching their devices high like history was brewing, because it was. Inside, the full SecureNet crew operated sharp. Audio tests, light signals, feed links, platform prompts. Ethan briefed our promo squad while I scanned my end notes. 10 minutes to go time. Ethan dashed over with a smile set to split his mug. Avery, buzz moment ahead. What? I blinked. He raised his device. A key tech site dropped a hint. Exclusive. Denver's hidden tech was unveiled today. Under it, a fuzzy outline. Obviously me. My pulse leaped. We didn't put that out. Spot on. He noted. Someone craves buzz and it's paying off. The full media group grew twice in the final hour. I blew out quick. Okay. This is on. A platform handler peeked in. Ethan, Avery, show in 5. We headed to the rear setup, dodging wires, lenses, and lit panels. My beat thumped so fierce I sensed it in my hands. Ethan gripped my shoulder once. Avery Brooks, co-owner, creator, force. Go own it. I climbed to the dim platform, awaiting the beam. My kin didn't know my location. They didn't know my creation. They didn't know that in moments I'd turn unmissable. The host's tone thundered, presenting the sharp brain powering SecureNet protection. Avery Brooks. The beam struck and the group exploded. The glow smacked me so strong I nearly skipped a breath. Lenses sparked, displays ignited, and for a beat all the sound merged into one massive surge. I advanced, solid, assured, and the cheers amped up. Thanks for coming. I started, my words bouncing through the full space. SecureNet kicked off as 2 computers in a cramped lease spot. And now we're setting countrywide safety norms. The group leaned closer. Writers jotted fast. Bulbs popped like small bursts. But today, I went on, isn't solely about the firm. It's about the folks who trusted in crafting something that counts. I pivoted to the huge glowing panel at my rear. The image changed. My shop popped up. My role? Avery Brooks, co-owner and chief tech designer. The space blew up again. Every lens pointed straight at me. And somewhere distant, in a calm home where they figured I had zilch. My kin was catching this too. Post-cheers, Ethan came up for the item showcase. He managed the cell. I managed the tech. We flowed like a drilled force. Keen, swift, unbeatable. When the drop wrapped, journalists rushed ahead. Avery, your age? True, you crafted the base safety code solo? How's it feel as one of the freshest women in tech founding nationwide? I fielded all with poise. Each phrase etching a wider spot in this fresh realm I fit in. Then my cell shook. Dad ringing over and over. I ignored it. Hours on, post-chats, shots, and parties, Ethan and I exited the spot. The dusk sky burned orange above Denver, and the thrill still hummed around. My cell shook again. Another ring. Mom. I waited, then took it. Her tone quivered. Avery, we caught the broadcast. I kept quiet. She pressed on, air shaky. The block's buzzing. Your dad, he's floored. Jordan's mute since the news. I sighed long. I kept it from you because I craved room. I craved to expand without getting squashed. Mom sniffled. I'm so sorry you felt isolated. I wasn't isolated, I noted, eyeing Ethan nearby. I had folks who trusted me. A break stretched so far I thought she dipped. Then quiet. Can we meet? I skipped yes. I skipped no. I'll mull it. I answered. But it's changed now, Mom. I'm not returning to get handled like before. I get it, she murmured. Just we're beaming with pride. So much. Dad grumbled something fuzzy in the back. Surprise, doubt, perhaps remorse. It skipped matching. I wasn't in it for them now. I was in it for me. Later that evening, Ethan and I perched on the top of our workspace structure with food cartons steady between us. Denver glittered down like a town forged from drive. To the lady who just hit national news, he said, lifting a chilled teacup. I tapped mine to his. To the dude who trusted me first. We lounged in easy quiet for a bit. The breeze felt cozy, firm. You know, Ethan said soft. Your kin's take doesn't shape your win. I know, I answered. But it hits nice to stand solo at last, to show them off without a sound. He grinned. You didn't merely show them off, Avery. You forged a kingdom they can't claim. That struck deeper than planned. I leaned back, eyeing the town. Life hits different today. It ought to, he added. You deserved every bit. He wasn't off. I had left my place with a coach pass and a backpack. Now I stood on a roof gazing at a firm worth $40 million. A firm I aided in crafting, a tomorrow I grabbed myself, and a page turning just as it should. Not with payback via meanness, but with triumph so clear it hushed every question. A joyful close? Nah. A strong start.